At Fox Networks Group, we love to tell stories that entertain and also stories that inspire. Our award-winning programming on FX and Fox Broadcasting tell a lot of stories that people really gravitate towards. But across our portfolio, we have these incredible storytellers that always latch on to inspirational stories. And how do we really find new ways to connect with our fans and our audience? The story of what's happening with Team Rubicon was really interesting to us. And as conversations were introduced, we had this great idea to create a groundbreaking docuseries. And the idea is that we'll use Keith Davidson, the award-winning director of the Ivory Game, to create this docuseries to tell the story of the men and women of Team Rubicon and the work that they're doing across the U.S.
Cool. So tell us, I know we'll be seeing a video, but tell us, for folks who don't know, tell us a little bit about Team Rubicon.
Sure. Team Rubicon is a veterans organization, all volunteer-based, that works with local governments and communities to help affect disaster-related areas. They really help rebuild communities and help bring them back to life following disasters. So whether that's the hurricanes in Puerto Rico and Florida, as well as Harvey in Houston, the wildfires in California, they deploy veterans who have these unique skills and bring those communities together and help rebuild them and put them back on the path to where they need to go.
Cool. So tell us a little bit about the content you're creating and the opportunities for brands to be involved with this.
Absolutely. We're creating original content that we'd like to deploy across all of our platforms, across our portfolio. So we'll use the power of Fox Sports, Fox Broadcasting, FX, and National Geographic to help tell the story of Team Rubicon. We'll create shorts that will live in culturally relevant programming and time periods, such as The Long Road Home on National Geographic, Veterans Day initiatives and takeovers on FX, as well as programming like Daytona, the World Series, Thanksgiving, and Christmas on Fox Sports. We'll create these interesting content series to help showcase the different parts of Team Rubicon and what they're doing across the US and the world, and help bring those stories to life in an interesting way. Ultimately, the idea is that it would culminate in a 90-minute documentary that would live on our portfolio and air around Memorial Day of next year. We have packages that are available and opportunities for brands to really come on board and help tell the story of the men and women that are part of Team Rubicon, the heroes that are helping to rebuild these communities, and people that are bringing help where help is needed so much.
So tell us, not to get too much into the sales pitch or
Sure.
the package, but how do brands, what are the opportunities for brands to be involved with this?
Well, we like to customize all of the opportunities. We like to sit down at a table and talk to brands about what their CSR initiatives are. We know that CSR in general will really help drive a lot of brand lift and drive perception with consumers. So we want to make sure that we're telling these stories in an authentic way, not just at Team Rubicon, but any brands that come on board. I think a lot of consumers nowadays are very savvy, so they can see right through when you're not being authentic. So we want to understand what the initiatives are that our partners have, and then find that alignment with what we're doing with Team Rubicon so that we can integrate them appropriately. We can look at individual moments that matter, whether that's Veterans Day, Memorial Day, or other opportunities throughout the year, or find those true organic alignments from a brand perspective, and then craft that story together and integrate them in a meaningful way.
Cool. And finally, for brands that want to be involved, in hurricane relief, in earthquake relief, I mean, there's so many, needs. What are some suggestions you have to brands about how to find, how to execute, what's valuable, what's risky, what works? What are some of your thoughts there?
Again, I think it's being honest with yourself as a brand and who you are and what you stand for. Corporations have a lot of clout, right? Whether that's financial assistance, physically sending bodies, or in the media case, using the awareness that we have and the audiences that we have to bring those stories to light and help tell those stories and make sure that people aren't forgotten. I think that depending on what your brand stands for, you can help in different ways, and partnering with organizations like Team Rubicon, whether that's, again, providing financial donations or physical people, boots on the ground, to help with all of the work that they need to do, it really gives you that opportunity to generate something different. You're not just selling a product, you're creating an aura about your brand and helping bring that to life in a very human way. That human feeling really gives you a different type of connection with your consumer base and who you're talking to on a daily basis, and it really helps you stand for something. So as long as you're being organic and true to yourself, while also using all of the resources that you have, you can make an impact in a very big way.
So Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico in September and did an immense amount of damage island-wide. We've been here in Isabella for a little over a month, looking at opportunities for both medical missions and Sawyer operations, and any kind of operational opportunities that would make an impact. We've been able to provide medical care for Puerto Ricans who felt the effects of Hurricane Maria, creating opportunity for water provision for major sections of the island. We had a small team of Team Rubicon Sawyers and operators and medical people who went down into the canals that provided water to the west side of the island. We assisted them in assessing the damage to the canal, as well as providing some Sawyer work within the canal to clear debris and allow water to begin flowing from a reservoir in the interior of the island out to coastal communities, providing water for 350,000 people. In that process, we developed relationships with both the electrical company and with different agencies, now allowing our Sawyer teams to go out and provide access to communities that have been completely cut off since the hurricane, allowing water shipments and medical care to get in there. Our medical teams have seen hundreds of patients, whether it be in an emergency room as bolstering staff or as doing standalone clinics to provide local critical care, and in some cases just providing some mental health care as well. It's been a really successful opportunity and operation here in Puerto Rico. I think where our passion comes from is we've had a good opportunity to get to know the people and to really experience what they're going through on a personal level. Our forward operating base is intermittent power, intermittent water, and it challenges us as gray shirts to live and exist within this community as well. So we have a better understanding of what they're going through and what they've gone through. The devastation on the island is complete, and getting internet and communications is spotty at best. So it's hard to keep in touch with the loved ones. So we are feeling isolated here, but as a team, we've really grown in strength and understanding of what we're really here to do. And it's an austere environment, and I probably smell more than I'd really like to right now, but it's been one of the most gratifying Team Rubicon experiences I've ever had.